All right, let me pick up where I left off. Sorry about that. But the resource I was talking about was blueletterbible.org, and you can type in First Corinthians 6:18, and you can press. There's a little tab up there that says Strong's, and you hit that, and then you can see they'll bring up the concordance number next to the word. So where fornication is, you can click the little, it says G4202 next to it. You click that, and then you'll see the word pornea. Let me give you the pronunciation.
Strong's G 4202. Parnaya. Parnaya.
I pronounced that wrong. Sorry about that. It's paranaya. Paranaya. And paranaya is illicit sexual intercourse, adultery, fornication, homosexuality, lesbianism, intercourse with animals, sexual intercourse with close relatives, sexual intercourse with a divorced man or woman. And it could be seen as a metaphor. This is kind of where the porn comes in, because it's the worship of idols. You know what I'm saying? Of the defilement of idolatry as occurred by eating the sacrifices offered to idols. So you could see your computer screen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, idol is basically something that's like, it's not real. You know what I mean? It's not real. So you're watching pornography, you're spilling your seed. I mean, you're committing a sin against yourself, because now God is harder. It's not a right or wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make you bad or good. It just makes it harder for God to use you, because this is your temple. It's going to make it harder for you to, let's go back to those benefits, for you to have confidence and self-control. You know what I mean? For you to have less anxiety and depression, for you to have that motivation, good memory, concentration, overall cognitive function, greater vitality, increased muscle growth, thicker hair, deeper voice, improved sperm quality, deeper relationships, stronger life force, better overall happiness. These things all contribute to you being able to be better used by God. All right. So this word has another Greek word under it, and it's interesting because all of these words start with porn. The next one under it is parneo. I believe that's how it's pronounced.
Strong's G 4203. Parnuo. Parnuo.
Parnuo. Parnuo. Y'all, hold on real quick. I'm about to go get my fly swatter. I'm sorry, y'all. This fly's getting on my nerves. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll be right back. This fool is irking me. Telling y'all, he irking me. Keep landing on me, buzzing in my ear. So annoying. Alright, so right, as y'all could hear, I think it was pronounced paraneo, and it means to prostitute one's body to the lust of another. Right? To give oneself to unlawful sexual intercourse. And to tell you the truth, when it comes to unlawful, like, I'm not really for the government and signing any papers. So to tell you the truth, like you know, I read the stuff in the Bible, and I you know, I go by it, but when it comes to the state, I just don't like giving my marriage to the state. Like, I wouldn't really want to sign no papers, you know, prenup or not. I just don't really want to do the whole paper thing. So y'all just have to forgive me for this one. If, you know, you think I'm not following it word for word, you know, God even gonna have to forgive me if I'm not following it word for word. But the whole unlawful part, I really can't deal with that, because, you know, on a state level, you know what I'm saying? Like, on a state level, you know what I'm saying? That's just not something I really want to deal with. and it means to commit fornication, to be given to idolatry, the worship of idols, permit oneself to be drawn away by another into idolatry. You know what I mean? The metaphor that's being used has greatly to do with porn, because when we, if you watch it and you're drawn, you're given to it. You know what I'm saying? It could be considered idolatry. You know what I mean? When you're drawn away by it, you know what I'm saying? It's considered idolatry. You know what I mean? This is going to make it hard for God to use you. You know what I mean? It has another word under it. Like, this word fornication goes a couple layers deep.
Strong's G 4204. Parne.
Parne, and it's spelled Porne. Like, just take away the E. You know what I mean? Just take away the E, and it's the word porn. And it's a woman who sells her body for sexual uses. A prostitute, a harlot, one who yields herself to defilement for the sake of gain. Any woman indulging in unlawful sexual intercourse, whether for gain or for lust. You know what I'm saying? The metaphor is idolatrous of Babylon, Rome, the chief seat of idolatry. You know what I mean? A harlot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, and when we talk about selling, you know what I mean, selling doesn't necessarily have to always be monetarily. You know what I'm saying? It just says one who yields herself to the defilement for the sake of gain. One who yields herself to the defilement for the sake of gain. Now, there is a culture out now of women who use sex for the sake of gain from men. And we can especially see that. We can see that in all sorts of aspects, but one in particular are like the biggest industries, the music industry, you know what I'm saying, the sports industry, the entertainment industry. I mean, especially the sports. Like, it's literally like, women just coming out and just saying like, yeah, we're using these guys, you know what I'm saying, for gain. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, but this a lot of this just comes from a lot of different factors, you know what I'm saying? With just underlying issues that, a lot of times we just look at the act that's being done, and yes, we should be held accountable for the act, but it's a lot of underlying issues for why we act these ways. It's a lot of underlying issues for why we would allow somebody to do this to us, you know what I'm saying? So it has another word under it. And it's literally spelled pornos, Pornos, or Parnas.
Strong's G 4205. Parnas.
And Parnas is a man who prostitutes his body to another's lust for hire. A male prostitute, a male who indulges in unlawful sexual intercourse, or a fornicator. You know what I mean? So when we out here chasing pussy, you know what I mean, tricking off, you know what I mean, or even if we we're not paying for it, and we're just giving ourselves to another, lust for hire, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like I said, I'm not saying that any of this is good or bad. I'm just saying, when we're doing this stuff, it just makes it harder for the Most High to use us. You know what I mean? To do His will on earth. You know what I'm saying? So let's go into the next word. It's going deeper, yo. This word, I don't know how many words we done been through already. I think about 6 or 5. It's 5 levels deep. Now this word is a little different than the others.
Strong's G 4097.
Piprasco, and it means to sell. It means of price, one into slavery, right? So what happens, right, when we indulge in porn, especially over a period of time to where it's a habit, we become a slave to it. that's what happens. We become a slave to it. And if you're a slave to the porn, it's kind of hard to be able to be used by God if you're spilling out all your energy. The second one is of a master to whom one is sold as a slave. So it's basically selling yourself to slavery. By slavery, I just mean a slavery to an unbalanced root chakra, the slavery of your body. You know what I mean? A slave to your physical. Sold under sin, entirely under the control of the love of sinning. You know what I mean? Like when we're engaging in porn, like maybe afterwards we might feel bad, but like while we're doing it, it feels good. You know what I'm saying? Of one bribed to give himself up wholly to another's will. How are we bribed? We're bribed with the release of dopamine. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, and this is all coming from self. You know what I'm saying? Like, alright, boom, I can get this release of dopamine when I spill my seed, you know what I mean, by, doing this routine. So, you give yourself up to another's will, to the will of the ones who, allow the pornography to be so easily accessible on our internets. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not saying any of this is good. I'm not saying any of this is bad. But this, if you're a slave, if you're the master to one who is sold as a slave, if you're under the control of the love of sinning, meaning you're just under the control of the love of just spilling your seed, you know what I mean? This is all, bribe. You're bribed by the dopamine release to give yourself up to another's will. It's going to make it hard. It's just going to make it hard for to be used by God. I mean, it's going to make it hard for you to even just do anything. You know what I mean? And I know this from personal experience. It's ain't that like I've had, let me put it this way, I've had the most self-control, the most confidence, less anxiety and depression, increased motivation. I've experienced better memory, concentration, overall cognitive function. I have greater vitality, increased muscle growth. I have a thicker hair, a deeper voice. You know what I'm saying? Improved sperm quality, deeper relationships, stronger life force, better overall happiness due to the retaining of my seed and not spilling it all the time and not engaging in fornication. I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with sex. I mean, I'm just saying that too much of it, you know what I mean, and then not necessarily in the right circumstances, with the right energy, with the right people, is going to make it harder to be used by God. You know what I mean? It's just going to make it harder. Let's see, does that go any deeper? So no, that's it. That's one. Actually, let me see, is this another word? Padan, and it means beyond or on the other side, across or beyond, farther, aside, over. That I think we can definitely relate to that, because they're like sometimes it's almost like engaging in these activities is like going to the other side. Engaging in it too much can just take you beyond. You know what I'm saying? And the other side would basically be the new habit that you've created from watching it for whatever reason. That's the other side.